In the depths of the Great Depression, America was looking for someone to lead them through the storms of poverty. The President Herbert Hoover was not equal to the task. Instead, the nation turned its lonely eyes to one man, FDR. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was a former lawyer, assistant secretary to the Navy, and governor of New York. He rose to the most powerful office in the world, planning to give the United States a new deal, to combat the Great Depression, and work together to defeat poverty. In a speech early in his presidency, FDR famously said, quote, "A selfish victory is always destined to be an ultimate defeat." For the rest of his life, FDR would work to bring victory to the majority of Americans and defeat to his haters. At the age of 39, FDR lost the use of his legs after being diagnosed with polio. Yet he did not let this defeat him. Instead, he would go on to become the governor of New York, president, and then start the March of Dimes. The March of Dimes is a charity where people would donate dimes in order to fight against the spread of polio. Roosevelt became so identified with dimes that after he died, he replaced the Roman god Mercury and became the person on the dime. Victory. FDR won the election of 1932 against Herbert Hoover in a landslide. Yet in 1936, his win was even more substantial. In that year, Roosevelt won by the biggest margin of votes in 116 years, and no president has beaten that number since. Victory. Not only did FDR lead the United States through the Great Depression, but he led the United States to victory in World War II. His intelligence and understanding of politics made him realize that countries fighting Nazi Germany, such as the United Kingdom and Soviet Union, desperately needed help. As president, he sent the Allies billions of dollars worth of supplies and kept them in the fight. Without FDR's aid, the Allies would have lost World War II. But because of him, the Allies won.
Victory.
Since the beginning of the United States, the longest a president had ever served was 2 terms in office. Franklin Roosevelt was so beloved and effective that he was elected not once, not twice, not thrice, but 4 consecutive times. He would die in office and remain the only president elected more than 2 times.
Victory.
Franklin Roosevelt would die in office near the very end of World War II. But in his wake, the United States claimed ultimate victory over the Great Depression, Fascist Japan, and Nazi Germany. The United States and the remainder of the earth were shaped and continue to be affected by the one and the only FDR.
Victory.